So I totally get there's a ton of people online telling you the best way to make money. You could even say it's me as well because you've seen the title of this video and you're watching it right now. But I'll be straight up with you. My number one goal from the content that I put out there isn't to make someone filthy rich. It isn't for the Lamborghinis and the 30-room mansions. It's just very simply to provide for yourself and your family. And I'll also make another admission to you. I am inherently lazy. I do not want to be working hard. I want to be working smart. So in this video, I'm going to run through how you can make less content and still make more money, how you can not have to sit in front of your laptop thinking about what email you're going to write next to your list, how you never actually have to talk to any of your prospective customers ever again and still make sales, and how you can very quickly understand what needs to be put in place so you can stop repeating yourself. Okay, so first of all, let's talk about the lazy aspect that I put into this title. So I'm inherently lazy as both a business owner and also as a marketer. I'm not interested in particularly working hard. I would like to work smart. And in this online world, that is very much a reality because you can put systems in place, because you can put automations in place. I like the return on investment in putting hard work into something for a couple of hours or a couple of days and then never touching it again for weeks, months, and years down the line. That makes sense to me. That is worth my time putting into to get that sort of benefit out the other side. So have a quick look at my screen here. This I put for the last 6 months, from the 1st of June 2025 to 11th of December 2025. And you can see the total there, $128,000 in 6 months from one of my affiliate accounts. Okay, so this is affiliate marketing, but this whole video is about online business in general and making money from the online world. And this is the result of me being lazy. That's the sort of results that you as well can get. And I'll detail exactly how that works later on in this video. But what I just did there, what I showed you was a nice big number on a screen. And you see lots of people doing the same thing. They're like, oh my God, look how much I made in X time frame. Look at this big number. It's amazing. And that gets people's attention. But what you need to understand there is those big numbers that people are showing you, is it their take-home pay? Is it the money that they actually see in their bank account? Now, for the vast majority of people, with those big numbers that you'll see in Instagram Reels and even on YouTube, they don't factor in their net profit. They show you their big revenue number. They won't show you how much was taken off of that because of staff costs, because of advertising costs, because of software costs that takes to run their business, all of the costs that is taken off, and the tax man, think of the tax man, right? His massive chunk that he takes away for it. Is that their total amount of money? So if I hadn't put this explanation at the end of showing you that big number, I'd have been like the rest of them. But what I'll tell you about that number is about 90% of that was actually take home for me. And the reason for that is because I am pretty much a one-person business. That's the beauty of this, that you can command those sort of revenue numbers and still be a one person. I've done all of that revenue generation completely organically. I never pay for ads whatsoever, except for a few tests here and there, but it's hardly worth it in terms of the amount of money that I paid for those ads. Yes, I've got software costs. That's why I'm saying there's 90% there. And the tax man, I no longer live in places where the tax man takes a stupid chunk away from you, from your hard-earned money. I made sure that I changed that pretty quickly when I first got started in the online world, because I just wasn't willing to allow the tax man to take a huge amount of, again, my hard-earned cash, when this business model, this online world, allows you to work from wherever you want in the world. As long as you've got a Wi-Fi connection and a laptop, you're good. So why not take advantage of that? So that's exactly what I did. So I can say that 90% of that big number that I showed you previously on the screen is what I actually took home. So the reason I put this into this video, this part into this video, is because I want you to take those big numbers that others are showing you with a pinch of salt and actually maybe comment underneath their videos and say, yeah, but what was actually your net? What was your take home money? So I just wanted to show you that because that's how much you're able to generate from one platform being lazy, being inherently lazy. Now, there are lots of different methods for you to make money in the online world. You've got your crypto and trading bros. You've got your Amazon FBA bros. You've got your drop shipping bros. Problem with drop shipping is it's massively saturated. Trying to find a winning product before anyone else is next to impossible. Plus, you've got to go through all the rigmarole of trying to find a supplier that's decent, isn't going to F you over, all of this stuff. Then there's softwares in place to make sure that that supplier is being notified when an order comes in and actually to fulfill it and send it to the customer in a timely manner. Drop shipping is a minefield. I've tried it. Amazon FBA, same thing. There is really established people on Amazon that have been there for years. And if you come on there with a winning product where you're making a good margin, all they're going to do is undercut you until you go out of business, then just up their prices and then be back on the first step. Then you got the likes of the crypto and trading gurus. That's basically like gambling. Crypto has massive upsides, yes indeed, and so does trading, but it is hugely risky if you don't know what you're doing. Now, of course, they will profess to tell you this is what you need to do, but I steer well clear of that because, yeah, from my point of view, it is just gambling. Then you've got affiliate marketing, and a lot of people you'll hear in their content, they'll say, yeah, affiliate marketing is good, you're promoting someone else's product and you're getting a cut of the sale once you make a sale of that product. You know, its essence is good, all the big blue chip companies do have their own affiliate programs, but because the percentages you get are so small, it's hardly worth your time. You might as well create your own product and sell it yourself and then keep 100% of your profits. Now, let me unpack that a little bit because I'm very much in the affiliate marketing industry and I'm a huge fan of it because it changed my life. So yes, if you promote products that do pay you 1, 2, 3, 4% commissions, it's not worth your time. The margins are razor thin and you're not going to get rewarded correctly for the amount of effort that you put in. And yes, if you do create your own product and you keep 100% of the profits, that is obviously much more preferable. But I make content for people that are just starting out in the online world or have started fairly recently but have yet to make headway. So for a lot of people that are new to the online world, it's much easier to promote something that you haven't created, someone else's product, but not get 1, 2, 3, 4% commissions. Let's get 30, 50, 60, 70% commissions. That's way more worth your time on high ticket price points. That's what I show people to do. And because a lot of people, they're not ready to go out and create their own products yet. They don't have the knowledge. They don't feel that they're confident enough to do it. They got imposter syndrome. You got all this stuff going through people's heads. So I just go, do you know what? Find another product that's already selling really well, that's converting well, looks after their customers, pays you out a decent commission on a high ticket price point, and then ride off into the sunset with your money. From my point of view, affiliate marketing is the way forward, and that's exactly how I did that big amount of money. Now, on to the lazy aspect of this video and how I can be inherently lazy, and so can you, by doing things less and making more. So the first part that I promised you was making less content and making more money. So what you'll find is you can put yourself into two different camps. You can say, look, I want to get started on social media because Ashley is telling me this is the best place for me to get started, and I still agree. Newbies shouldn't necessarily get started on YouTube because you need to understand hooks, you need to understand retention, you need to understand watch time. There's a lot of stuff to YouTube that is difficult to keep someone sticking around for 20 minutes. Hopefully I'm doing a good job now, right? But Instagram is way shorter. It's 15 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. It's easier to just get a quick video up and you can do them more regularly, and then you can iterate, understand the metrics, understand the data, and change accordingly. So I still believe social media is definitely the way to go. I will say it with a caveat. If you're having to do 4, 5 different pieces of content every single day just to keep that hamster wheel going, it probably means that your content's not good enough. If you're having to do that much content just to keep the traffic coming in, just to keep the eyeballs looking at whatever link that you've got in your bio, so you're getting leads and potentially sales, then your content's just not working. If you can do better content that converts better, that holds people's attention better, retains them better, you can do less pieces of content per week. Okay, so you can go from 4 or 5 per day to 1, 2, or 3 per week. Big difference. But you've really got to understand the mechanics of what gets people hooked and stopping the scroll, what gets them to keep on watching, what keeps them retained all the way to the end of the video when you drop the call to action, and so that you start getting leads and sales. So what I always advise people that are watching my content and also my students is I say, go and look at other people that are already crushing it in your niche and even outside your niche to some description, and understand what hooks are they using, what retention methods are they using, what call to actions are they using at the end of their video that means they're making loads of money. Go and understand that, deconstruct it, use it as inspiration, and apply it to your own content, your own less posted content. And you'll find very quickly that you're not having to be on that social media hamster wheel because your content that you're putting out there is much higher quality, it's achieving your business goals, and so then it means that you don't have to be doing lots of stuff, and then you can be the lazy marketer. So the second part of this is sending less emails. So you remember I said at the beginning of this video about you don't have to be sitting in front of your laptop thinking to yourself every single day, oh, I've got a list of email addresses that I've captured here. I've got to write something to them. What the heck am I going to write here? You don't need to do that. You can get something called an email autoresponder. Now, there's lots out there. Best ones that I would recommend are GetResponse, Aweber, there's MailChimp, there's ConvertKit, there's ActiveCampaign. GetResponse, Aweber is probably your best bets. And the reason that they're called email autoresponders is because, clue's kind of in the name, they respond automatically to the email addresses that you're capturing. So you can basically go into those platforms and set up, for example, a set of 30 emails to go out every single day. So emails to go over a 30-day period to anyone that comes onto your email list. Okay. So of course you will need an opt-in page that people will put in their first name and their email address into. And then once they've clicked on submit, that goes into your email autoresponder. But then you can set it up to say, right, as soon as someone comes in, send this 30-day follow-up sequence. And then that means that these pre-written emails, so yes, you will have to sit down once. Remember I said the lazy marketer, I want a good return on my action investment. So I'll sit down, create 30 fire emails packed full of value that actually helps people. Load that into my email autoresponder, and then that automatically gets sent out whenever someone comes onto my list over a 30-day period. And then what you find is that on a certain day within that autoresponder sequence, people start converting because you've got technology, automations in place, one bit of effort to create those 30 emails, and you're away to the races. In fact, you can see this for yourself. There's a link down below in the description where it says free community. You can click on there and you will get not only a few emails from my autoresponder, but I've gone over above because I know that if I do a little bit extra, so try and ignore the lazy marketer side of my brain, and I send out a weekly, one per week manual email to my list in addition to the autoresponder emails that is being sent out. So I say something that's just on my mind when I'm on the sofa watching TV, something that comes to my mind. I'm like, well, yeah, I'm going to write an email about that because that's valuable, that's going to help people. So I'll do that in addition to the autoresponder sequence. So if you want to see both of those types of emails that I send out, go and click on the free community link that's in the description, get yourself signed up there, and you can see firsthand exactly what I do. And now the third part, how to never have to speak to anyone again to make sales and make money online. What I mean by this is that you'll find a lot of people, the way that they make money online is through something called sales calls. Okay, so they have a funnel, they have their content, and essentially before someone can buy from them or even find out pretty much any information about whatever they're offering, they'll invite people to get on a sales call with their sales team. And of course, the sales team, guess what? Sells that person into their program. Now, I've never really been a fan of sales calls because from my point of view, it's kind of like you're holding back the information and keeping it a secret, especially the price point, until someone gets on a call. Now, I get why marketers do that because they're like, once someone's on a call, they're more likely to buy, they're interacting, we're answering their questions, and then kind of whatever price point that we throw at them, of course, if it's in their budget and then they're in the market for it, they're going to go and convert. Whereas if we leave that price point just statically on a landing page without a live person answering people's questions, it's going to be kind of harder for people to convert. I get that thinking, 100% I do. But from my point of view, again, with the lazy marketer mindset in place, I would much rather have a system that allows me to just have static videos, static landing pages that do the selling for me without ever having to have a sales team or indeed myself getting on sales calls. And that's exactly what I've got right now. And again, there's a link down below in the description where it says work with me, and you can see my system for yourself. All the system is a funnel. So the first page of that system, once you click that link in the description, will go through to an opt-in page, also known as a bridge page. That is where I'm asking for your first name and your email address in return for watching my workshop or my landing page, whatever it may be at that given time. So if you want to see that or you want to read about that, you put in your details and it will automatically take you through to that next page. Then on that next page has all the details about what I'm offering, my program, okay? And there's a video there where I talk about the program. You watch it, you read it, you decide if it's for you. If not, great, no problem. I will follow up with you via email because I now have your email address with my email autoresponder sequence, not to annoy anyone, but the doorbell might start ringing, the dogs might start barking, the kids might start crying. And you may have been super interested in what I had to offer because I'm solving problems with what I'm offering, and maybe you have that problem, but life got in the way and you got distracted. My email autoresponder sequence, following up automatically, reminds you that that opportunity is still on the table. So this is the system that means I never talk to anyone unless they've paid me money. I'm just not interested in doing it, right? Because you get tire kickers, you get all sorts of different people. And what I find is that if someone comes to me and says, Ashley, I watched your video or I looked at your landing page and I'm super interested in your program, I'm super interested in your product, but do you mind if we jump on a Zoom call because I've got a few questions that need answering? And I will always say no. Just a flat no. That's both from experience, but also because this system is meant to be doing its job. So if I'm getting too many people coming to me saying those sorts of things, I know that there's a gap in my marketing somewhere. There's a leak in that funnel that needs to be fixed. So then when I get too many of those questions, I'll go to my funnel and I'll say, right, where is the questions that those people have? Where is it not being answered? Okay, so I might put an FAQ section on my landing page, or I might mention it in my video specifically. Like someone might come to me and say, oh, can this be done from anywhere in the world? And I haven't mentioned that in my video, or I haven't mentioned that on my page. Right, straight away, I'll put that in. That's an obvious win. And then that stops that person asking the question because they're getting it answered immediately. And then I can go back to being the lazy marketer. If you want to be a lazy marketer and a lazy online business owner, make sure you have a funnel in place. Okay, so that's just simply an opt-in page, capturing people's information so that we can follow up with them, and then going through to a page or a video that explains what it is that you're offering and selling. That is it. But then obviously iterate it based on questions that you're getting from your leads and your prospects so that less of those questions come through, and so that you never need to jump on a sales call or a Zoom call. The landing page and the video does all the work for you. So again, if you want to see that for yourself, it's linked down below in the description. And on to the last part about having to not repeat yourself all the time and be more efficient in that regard. So if we have a quick look inside of the community in the product that I promote, and you can see inside of here that there's lots of people asking all sorts of different questions, but also introducing themselves and people making money and all this kind of stuff. And it's great, right? And so I will go through here on a daily basis and I will talk to people and I will make sure that their questions are getting answered and work through their issues that they're having, because to a lot of people, this is brand new and that's fair enough. But when I start seeing questions popping up, and also here in the DMs, I get that all the time in the DMs, right? Because I've said to people, message me when you've got any issues, and I make sure that that's sorted. So when I'm getting questions popping up on a regular basis about a specific subject, that might be content creation, that might be email marketing, whatever it is, funnels, then I will go off and I will create a specific module inside of our community, in the training area specifically. There's a classroom at the top there. So that those questions, not that I don't want to answer them, but let's make it as good as possible for our students so that I can say, look, instead of me giving you a long-winded piece of text in the DM section here, here's a video that I filmed specifically answering your question. That's when people feel really looked after, and because they're feeling like they're actually getting their question answered, but with moving images, a video, right? So my recommendation to you is, if you're wanting to get into this product creation space, online space, sell something that's your own, then get something created that's a community. And this can be done for free on the likes of Discord. Start working with people in a community setting. Start understanding what their issues are. Start understanding what is the most commonly asked questions. Help them through that. Obviously, get them results. Price it competitively so you get a ton of people in that community. And then when you see really commonly asked questions, go off and create something separate that answers that question. So one that I get all the time specifically is about short form creation. So I'm going to create a fully fledged separate course around that very soon. I'd recommend that you go and do the same thing. But if they're asking you something else, you create a course about that. And once you've created it, give it to your current students completely for free, but then also as a separate thing, use it as a lead magnet. So when you're creating your videos for social media, for example, the bio link that you have there could be through to that free lead magnet. So in my case, a free lead magnet could be download my short form content creation course for free here, okay? Or for a certain amount of money or whatever. But if I want leads and it's a lead magnet, I will give it away for free so I can get email addresses, right? But my point here is create something that you're already seeing as an issue that a lot of people have. Get that created so it answers their question very quickly and very succinctly and very well for that person, but also use it to benefit yourself in other aspects of your business. So when you're doing all of this stuff that I mentioned in this video and you're having that lazy marketer, lazy business owner mindset, you can get to the point where you've got all of these systems in place, all of these automations, and you can put out one piece of content that's really good, whether that's on social media or anywhere else, that starts trickling people down through your automations and systems. So I can put out this video. If a lot of people watch it, they're going to click on the 2 links that are going to be down below in the description. So I'm going to get people on my email list, and I'm also going to get people checking out the product that I have to offer. If that product solves that person's problem, then my sales will start popping. If the community that I told you about in this video is compelling enough and you feel like that you want it, then I'm going to get a ton of email addresses onto my list, which I will give a ton of value to, but I'll also remind people about the opportunity that's on the table with the product that I have. And that's all from just sitting down and saying to myself, turn this on, chat for 15 odd minutes or however long this video has been, and that is it. Throw it into an editor, chop out the parts where I was, having a swig of my coffee or whatever it is, stick it all together, export it, upload it to YouTube. And the same with the short form content on social media. Create a few ones quickly with my phone on a $10 tripod that I got from Amazon. Do that 2 to 3 times per week, and that's me done. The rest of my business is working for me, and that's my definition of a good return on investment. So if you feel like you got a ton of value from this video and you enjoyed it, go and check out the links that are in the description for more information about what I do and what I offer. But if you feel like you're not quite ready to buy anything from me, that's completely fine. There's a video that's popped up here on the screen that the tech wizards over at YouTube think that you're going to be most interested next from the catalog of videos that I've got on my channel. Go and give this a click now, and I'll catch you over there in a second.